Hello, everybody. It's Mindy. Welcome to 2026. Yes, it's 2026. Today is the 5th, and I would have done this video earlier, except this is the first day I really felt like actually filming or being social or anything. Yes, Christmas blessed me with crud. So I have been sick for about a week. And I'm just now feeling, kind of back to normal, I guess. Anyhow, we're going to talk about 2025 a little bit. We're going to talk about 2026 moving forward a little bit. I do have my logbook here. I have finished up my logbook for 2025, and we'll show you that. I'll do that at the end so I can show it to you. I'm not one of those people that's going to get out all my paintings and make a nice stack and flip them over and show them to you and all that stuff. That's just too much work for me. And besides that, there are many, many items that I don't have. A lot of the Smash and the Special stuff, I've either taken to a craft show and sold it, or it is buried in the boxes of my product to take to craft shows. So we're going to talk about what I finished, logbook style. All right. So anyhow, let's talk about 2025 just a little bit. And I'm going to talk about two things here. I'm going to talk about diamond painting and crochet because I do both. All right. So in 2025, of course, I had an event every month for diamond painting. Every single month I did an event. And we'll talk about those as we go through the logbook. But we did Smash and the Specials twice. We did Chug Along twice. Christmas in July, November, DP Elves, all the good stuff. So I keep quite busy. As you well know, I keep quite busy. So I don't really have any goals for events other than to make events fun and easy to participate. And of course, I would always like to have a few more participants each time as the years go on. And that seemed to have actually been a thing this year. We got new Chucksters this year, for sure. And DP Christmas Elves was pretty good. Smash and the Specials. Smash and the Specials is on right now for 2026. And first week, they're going crazy. You guys, they're going crazy. I don't even know how many posts there are. So anyhow, that's really the only goals I have for events. Just to make them fun and easy to participate. One of my goals has always been to make my announcements for events a little earlier than I have been. I've gotten better at some of them, and some I'm still like, oh man, that's just in a couple days. I need to make an announcement video. So that's still an ongoing goal that I will continue. As far as YouTube goes, I just want to keep making good videos. Membership is up a little, and then it'll go down a little. Then they'll go up a little. You never know. Subscribers. I was talking about subscribers, not memberships, but subscribers. It's just it is growing. It's growing slowly. And, it's okay. It is what it is. We'll take what we get. Memberships is down, and I need to really think about memberships moving forward in 2026. See what else I can offer. See what I can do to entice people to become a member. $2, and you'll get pictures and some extra things. And then for $5, you'll get videos. And I have done better in 2025 doing membership videos. And hopefully moving forward in 2026, I'll be able to do more member-only video content. So those are kind of my goals. They're not really goals. They're just kind of like aspirations or ideas or aims I have, I guess. So for diamond painting and my YouTube channel, that's really all there is. That's all I got to say. Now, let's talk crochet. Sorry, I do have a like a cough drop in my throat to kind of keep me from coughing. That tickle, it's just still there. It won't go away. So 2025 was a year where I really kind of got really rolling with crochet, doing craft shows, which are diamond painting and crochet, but really kind of crocheting some stuff specifically for craft shows, for markets. And I spent a lot of time learning how to make little plushies and figuring out what was going to be popular, what was going to be the in thing, what people wanted. And it was all right. However, I think I have a whole new outlook on what I'm going to try to sell at craft shows as far as crochet goes. Hang on, I'm going to turn the light on because we got weird lighting going on here. Just a minute. We, of course, have the sun coming in over there, which is throwing weird shadows. So I decided to turn on some more light. Anyhow, with crochet this year, I have decided I really want to focus more on like branding what I make. A little more specific. Instead of just, oh, that's cute, let me make that. Let me try that. That's a cute little thing, let me make that. I want to be more focused. Like, not necessarily colors, but color will play into it. Because I want to have a more cohesive palette of items I offer. Not saying I won't do some plushies. I will do some, but I'm going to limit like how many different plushies I make and then probably offer them in a variety of colors. So make multiple, which last year was the year of onesies. I was just one of this, one of that, one of that. So this year I want to maybe focus on a few things and make multiple colors of them. I want to get back to the things that I really like making, which are things like book sleeves and bags and, you know, more wearable, not wearable, but not just plushies. You know, I got really kind of down the plushie rabbit hole, and I'm not going to stop, but I'm going to just be more focused on what I do, if that makes sense. And then, of course, I want to crochet for me. I want to still have time for my crochet. Things that are for me, not just things for markets. So anyhow, I'm really going to work on a brand, and I have a bunch of pictures of things that I like, inspiration pictures, things I'm going to start trying to make, and see how those go. We'll see how it goes. So anyhow, let's talk about some things that I did have planned for last year and how that went. All right. So I made a list. I have a list here. I don't know how many items are on here, 12, 15. And they were things I wanted to make last year. So we're going to run down those real quick and see if I did. I wanted to make a 6-day star blanket. Did I? No. Is it on the list for this year? Yes. A star pillow. I made it. A snowman. I made it. A cat pouch? Not yet. Loaf cats and a loaf dog. Yes, I made those. I made the Misha sweater. I did that. I had the Yorkshire blanket on my list. I'm moving that to 2026. A V-stitch cardie. I don't even know what that was, honestly. Some trinket dishes. I made one trinket dish. I made one little apple trinket dish sitting at a craft show. Maybe we'll make some more. Work on my book blanket. We'll talk about that in a second. A crochet t-shirt. I am working on that. If I finish, did I finish a shirt? I don't know. I'm working on that one. It's not quite done. One of my blanket kits, and one specifically I put down was the Persian tiles. Did I get to it? No. It's on the list for 2026. Work on my hooked on grannies again. I didn't get to those. Did I make a winter bucket hat? I did. Did I do some mushroom stuff? I did. So I did pretty good on my list. I'm well over half. I finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the items. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 I did not. So about halfway. Not bad. So like I said, moving forward, I did move some things from the other side into 2026. The 6-day star blanket, the Persian tile blanket, the Yorkshire blanket. And then I added on the hooked on grannies. Then I added the sunflower cardigan, which I want to use my bad sheep yarn for. The Florentine blanket, and I think I'm going to use my cornbread and honey and see if that works for this Florentine blanket. That is cherry heart. It's really pretty. And then I want to do this crocheted log cabin blanket. And I'm thinking with the Ruby and Roses minis, I'm going to try to do that log cabin. Anyhow, those are some of the things I want to work on this year. The list is not as long. Hey, I'm sure I'll add to it over the year. And then here's my thing about branding, pouches, bags, maybe some larger stuffies. That's what I'm really thinking. I want to have a few larger plushies with a little higher ticket, because I'm thinking with craft shows, I want to get into some like higher end craft shows, not like the little local, down at the farm kind of farmers market, or, not that they've been bad, but I want to get into some other shows where I could possibly sell higher ticket items. Yeah, I'm going to have to pay a higher dollar to get in. I realize that. But I'm going to start really looking at markets. Some things that I need to finish. My Shippagees blanket, which I was just working on before I made this video. My blanket I just called Josh's blanket. I have to finish that. The Wonderland blanket just needs a border. Come on, let's finish that. I'm working on my Bad Sheep yarn shawl, my Advent yarn. That Annie's kit, oh my gosh, my Annie's little granny square kit has sat there forever. Just like the Hexies, the Hooked on Grannies. Oh, that's been there forever. Hooked on Grannies, that's what it is. And then I need to get my book blanket Hexies done. So those are my plans for crochet. Kind of look at markets, change markets a little bit. There's, I've really looked at the markets I went to last year, craft shows I did last year. Which ones will I not return to? Which ones did I do well at that I will definitely go back to? And really work on building a brand that's me. Instead of just, I had some of this, some of this, some of this, some of this. I just had so much variety and really a lot of one of this, one of that, one of that, one of that. And I don't think that did me very well. And in the end, did it make me very happy? I don't know. I just need to be more cohesive. That's a big thing. Just be more cohesive. If you're going to be a plushie maker, you really are just going to be a plushie maker. And you're going to make 12 octos, and you're going to make 10 of these and 4 of those, large quantities of your items. And I don't really want to do that. Like I said, pick a couple per season. Like maybe it's going to be ghosts for Halloween and just make a bunch of ghosts. Or, something I really enjoy making. Octos are easy. They sell well. Make a bunch in a bunch of colors. I got to really focus. Focus. That's going to be my word, I think, for 2026. Focus. Find a focus. Get centered. Okay? Find me and what I want. Not what everybody else out there in the world is doing. Do me. Okay? All right. I'm going to turn the camera around and let's go through my logbook for diamond painting. Another thing I wanted to add as far as the crocheting goes, well, and diamond painting both. Okay, it applies to both. This year, I need to really focus on, focus, here's that word again, focus. Using what I have. Yes, I know, you heard it, using what I have. I have so many diamond paintings. I have a ton of yarn. And it's time to just try to use what I have. Did you hear me say not buy anything new? No, you did not hear me say not buy anything new. There's always going to be things to buy. But I really need to focus on what I buy, limit what I buy, and really concentrate on using the things that I have. Now, that being said, it will result in a lot less unboxings of things and showing you stuff that I get, because I'm not going to be getting as much. Although 2026 right off the bat for diamond painting got me, boom, got me right where it counts, right off the bat. Anyhow, but really focus and try to use the stuff that I have. Maybe that means I do more videos of showing you stuff that I already have. talking about how I can use it, talking about plans moving forward with it. Maybe show some diamond paintings in groupings. Like I know I did Chuck Pinson once. I did a video, showed you all my Chuck Pinsons. That was a lot of work, getting them all out, showing them all to you. But yarn, I have some ideas for yarn. I mean, I think I could take out some yarns, and they kind of need to be organized a little anyhow. Show you everything I have that's bad sheep yarn, and show you everything I have that's from my subscription boxes, things like that. But really focus on using the stuff that I have. Not saying I'm going to no buy, not saying anything like that, but I'm going to try to buy less and use what I have because I have good stuff. I have great stuff. Use it, Mindy. Use it, right? So, again, focus. All right, I think we're just going to go through this month by month, and then I'll give you stats at the end. So here was Smashing the Specials last January. You can always tell I did 27 projects. So I just take pictures of them, and then I print them off on my computer. So I've started, instead of doing individual projects, I just do like a group on my counter. And you see I've got all kinds of things here. We've got cards. We've got the, I sold that. He sits on my table. Here's my little dachshund. Just lots of things. These are paintings. So I did 7. No, not that one. That's wrong. I did, there must be more somewhere. I did 7 paintings. Anyhow, this is a hanging thing, but I did a few paintings. They're all small. They were fun. What else did we do? Oh, the cow who sits in my bathroom. Her I sold. These go to the craft show. This I sold. The coasters are in the box to go to the craft shows. Anyhow, those are some of the items I did in January. All right, let's move on to February. We did Palentine, Jenny and I did. And I pulled out this 3-panel painting. It was my oldest kit, oldest. My friend Sue just happened to, we were talking about it, and she had it as well. And so we both decided, well, let's work on that. We both had it forever. So we pulled it out and we worked on it kind of at the same time. It didn't turn out too bad. It was poured glue. I believe mine was like a Peggy Bye or something like that. Way, way back. First year I started diamond painting. So it's done. And it was pretty good. Not too bad. Then the first Chuck Along came in March. And I decided to work on Piece of the Garden. It did take me some time, I said, but I finished it. I started it in March. And I finished it on May 3rd. So I kept working on it until I finished it. All right. April came and we did a landscape event. I worked on my Chuck for that. That's how I finished Chuck, because I worked on my Chuck for the landscape event. And I did do this little small pixel page little painting. I don't even know where that's at this point. So that's how I managed to finish Chuck. It took me 2 months, but I did squeeze in this little guy as well. All right, May came along and we did Down on the Farm. And I did this beautiful sunflower from Dreamer Designs. Finished it in the month. It wasn't hard to finish it. And it's gorgeous. Framed and everything. I bring it out in the summer and put it, look, stunning. It really is. It's gorgeous. All right, let's move on to June. June was a Craftably event, and I pulled out Tiger Love and Tessa. She was already like kit up. This was when they had, they had the individual baggies, and I had my labels on the baggies, and was ready to go. She's also framed, and I love her. All right, I'm about ready to get her back out and put her back in the living room because the Christmas paintings are coming down. So she's beautiful. We do have a Craftably event planned again because people just, they love Craftably. They still have paintings, and it's just a good way to get them back out. All right. In July, Christmas in July. Again, this was an older kit. It was a round drill. Oh, this one was round as well. It's kind of several rounds occurred this year. This one was interesting. It was an older kit. I pulled it out. No individually cut labels. You could tell it was an older kit. It was kind of interesting. All right. Then August came. Oh, I got tape stuck on here. August came and we did Smashing the Specials again. So here's some of the things I did. This little shaking head guy, he's kind of fun. He's in my craft show box. Him I think I sold already. These guys I put, he's in my office. This one's on my counter. I need to finish the rest of his shirts and hats. What else did we do in August? We did some coasters, little mushroom light. I sold that. It's interesting to look through and see the things I don't have anymore that I sold. Gave that to my daughter for Christmas, and that became part of the pink bathroom brigade this year. I loved doing the pink bathroom. 26 projects. 26. All right. Then we get to September, and it's Chuck Along, and I pulled out Hope Runs Deep. Again, what? Older kit, round drills. It was kind of a thing. I started and finished this one in September. Look, I said, go me. I'm telling you, finishing projects has been a little rough this year. And my goal was to make no new whips in 2025. I'll tell you how I did that, how I did on that goal in a minute. October, I worked on Captured by Radiance. Petra the bird, the parrot. Not finished. I made it all the way to October without making a new whip. And Petra became a whip. I have a video I'll show you at the end of Petra and how far I am. Yes, things really get, I don't know, slowed down at the end of the month. That's all I can say. Or the end of the year. They just slowed down. Then we got to November. And I realized this is not the only thing I did in November. I'll show you some pictures at the end of the other things that I finished because they're not in my logbook yet. Again, one more older kit. Round. Older painting. So I did some special drills because I finished this one up pretty quickly. I finished it in just a few days, right? So you see, I started this painting on 11/12 because why? I was finishing this guy over here before I started this. And it didn't take me that long to finish this one, so I threw in some special drill gnomes. Yep. Then December came, and I started working on the gingerbread cottage, no finish. Whip number 2. October and December's paintings became whips. Stay tuned. Like I said, I will show you videos of where they're at. So here's some stats. I did 7 large paintings, 10 small paintings, 46 off-canvas projects, and my theme for the year was older canvases. It just kind of worked that way. That first one was my oldest canvas, and then 2 or 3 of the Diamond Art Clubs were older paintings. Well, you know, you can count Tessa as an older painting too. It was just the year of pulling out older paintings. I'm telling you. And I gotta say, it feels pretty darn good to have them finished. It's interesting to pull them out and see the difference when they're older like that. But I'm glad that I did. And I want to continue to pull out some older paintings this year in 2026. So that's the goals. That's the plan. That's what I got accomplished. That's what we're doing moving forward. Stay tuned for those little pictures and some video clips. And join me in our year-long events. I should have had I'll post my year-long events here. I've got a sheet with all the events, and I'll post that as well at the end of the video. So stay tuned for that so you will know which events I am doing in 2026. It's a little different this year. So I decided to take some time for me. You'll see that. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoy this. I know I like watching people's goals and what I accomplished and moving forward and all that stuff. So I hope you enjoyed it as well. And let's have a good 2026. First goal, finish those 2 whips. I'm going to finish those 2 whips and not create any more. Ongoing goal, you know. transfer it from one year to the next. All right. Thanks so much, everybody. And I'll be seeing you around all year in 2026. Bye, you guys. You know, as hard as I tried in 2025 to make no new whips, this was my first new whip. This was my October painting, and I didn't get it done. I'm more than halfway. This is 14 and a half inches to do, and 17 inches I finished. So, you know, hey, I tried. I gave it my best shot. This was captured by Radiance. I really wanted to work on one of theirs. I hadn't done one of theirs yet. So, I mean, look how pretty this is. Look how gorgeous the part is that I have done. It is beautiful. So, first new whip. I know, I didn't want to have any more whips, but that's how it went. February's coming. February is closer than you think, and February is going to be a whip month, and I have 2 whips from 2025. I'm going to try to get them done. So let's plod on, and let's work hard and see if we can get them finished. My other whip I created is the gingerbread cottage. This was December for DP Christmas Elves. I was really busy in December. You guys, I was really busy. I was doing Vlogmas. I was filming stuff for my premiere. I was keeping up with the DP Elves, making sure all the posts were in, all that kind of stuff. I was very busy. Plus, you know, decorating my house, Christmas shopping, all the things that happen in December. I was busy. I should have been able to finish this. It's only a cute little 55.8 by 55.8 centimeter, and it is super cute. This is Claudia McKinney, and I love it. So, I mean, this is my second whip going into 2026, and I'm not happy about it, but look how far I got. I mean, look how far I got. This is really just a little bit over another row of release papers. The release papers come to like about here. So I got about that much left, and then 1 row of release papers, and then these 2. You guys, I gave it the old heave-ho. I tried my best, and it's so pretty. We'll do a full review of it when it's done, but I added 2 special drills to it that weren't in the kit, but it's gorgeous, and that's how far I got. So I tried. It will get finished in February. I will make sure this one gets finished in February, because February, you know, I've said before, is going to be finished object February. We'll get it done. Looking forward to February. I want to see this one completed. There's not that much to do.